Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading. We're going to start off with your oracle card for the week. So we have the number 40. You are worthy. You are worth it all, my love. This is from my inner child oracle deck. So there could be something around your inner child coming out this week, coming out to play, or something about you revisiting memories or revisiting your childhood home. Maybe you're revisiting things that you like to do when you were a kid, or you could also be working through some very deeply rooted beliefs or deeply rooted fears from your childhood. With the number 40, the number 4 could be significant, which is April. Maybe you're an April Taurus and that's around your birthday. The number 4 also talks about stability and foundations. And this entire spread for you guys this week is all about stability and foundations and the material world. So I feel like you are very steeped or soaked in your material world this week. You are probably going to be feeling, or you might be feeling, very physically invested in what you have going on around you. You might even feel a little detached from your heart space, or a little detached from the spiritual or energetic world that maybe you typically find yourself more invested in, because there's more going on in your physical, or you're focused on the physical world. You're focused on your material life, what you're creating for yourself, what you are learning in the physical world, what you are working on, what you are receiving, as well as what you're giving. But there is an overall message from your inner child to let you know that you are worthy. You're worthy of the dreams, the dream life. You're worthy of the abundance and the prosperity that means a lot to you. And there's something around not feeling bad for wanting more out of your life, not feeling guilty for wanting to have it all, to have the world at your fingertips, because only you will know and be able to define what that means for you in your life. And that looks different for everyone. Wealth looks different for everyone, but it feels like there's a message of not being afraid to go after the things that you want, not being afraid to desire more in your life. And maybe you were told that you couldn't have more. Maybe you felt a lot of doubt growing up. Something around the root chakra is significant, because I was thinking about the root chakra, and I was thinking about how a lot of our beliefs and conditions and our system related to the way that we function in the world, in the physical, around finances and money and material things, that's rooted in your root chakra. Your root chakra is really significant for healing any trauma related to finances and money. So that could be really significant for someone. That could be something that you're wrestling with this week in your energy, but it feels like you're staying really grounded, because all of your cards are pentacles this week. So you have the 4, the 8, and the 9 of pentacles, and then your back of the deck is the 3 of pentacles. So I think the overall energy of this week is you're going to receive some kind of confirmation of something. You're going to receive some kind of physical, tangible proof of something is what I'm getting. You're going to receive collaboration. This might be from people around you. There might be moments where you're collaborating with your environment in a way that's kind of teaching you something or showing you something about yourself or about your path at this time, in this week specifically. There could be friends or colleagues that you're collaborating with. You might feel that you have more people on your side. There's more of a sense of community, people making effort towards you, or you making effort towards others, or a shared effort that is being made in some area of your life. You could also find yourself just gravitating towards people, like gravitating towards being in community instead of like being by yourself. Maybe you're someone who tends to be a little bit of a loner, or like you usually spend more time alone than with other people, but maybe this week is bringing you out of a little bit of like a hermit energy, and you're going to be like, you're kind of going to see like the things that you learned maybe in your solitude or in your like inner self, like what you've been building up within yourself, is going to be integrated in the 3D with other people. With the Four of Pentacles, I do feel like there's something that you are trying to secure or hold on to, and there is a message around trusting that you can let go of something and not lose out. Like, you don't have to worry or concern yourself with gripping so tightly to things, with hoarding or like keeping things to yourself, because sometimes that suffocates the energy. Sometimes when you're holding on so tightly to something, it has no room to like grow or transform or evolve because it's being like suffocated. So there might be something about loosening your grip or trusting that you can let go of something and it's not going to, like, it's not going to run away from you, or like you're not going to lose. Like, you don't lose on things that are truly meant for you. There's no such thing as like really like losing things, because we don't really own things to begin with, which I think is funny because obviously with like Taurus energy, I feel like there is this natural inclination to have things, and that causes you to feel more secure, or it causes you to feel safe when you have things, or when you feel like you don't have to worry about like money and finances and taking care of things. But I feel like what ends up happening sometimes is that really feeds like a fear instead of freeing you to receive and give, because there's a flow. So I feel like there's something about not keeping things so tightly wound up or so tightly held in your life, and also knowing that like stability is not just based on what you have. It's who you are, it's how you carry yourself, it's what you feel inside of yourself. Like, your own security is found in you, and it's not like so external. I feel like with the 8 and 9 of Pentacles specifically, you're working towards building yourself up in some way. So you could be working towards like something in your job, your work life, your career, where you're trying to like learn certain skills so you could like elevate yourself. You could be working towards getting like a certification or getting a promotion, or something about like wanting to be seen as capable. Like, I feel like you want to be seen as someone who's like really independent and really about their business, like very well respected, highly regarded. And I feel like you are. I think you already give off that energy. And so I do think there's some guidance here too, where it's like you can celebrate yourself, and you can obviously see that you have worked really hard for what you have. You've built yourself up, you've dedicated yourself, and like you deserve the luxury of that. You deserve to receive. And this is such a, this energy of the 9 is very independent, but also it's like this energy of like, you don't need other people to like, I don't know, it's like you don't need other people to like validate you. You don't need other people to praise you. You don't need other people to kind of like solidify what you've already solidified in yourself. And I feel like there could be something where you're feeling really good in yourself, you're feeling really capable, and then you actually end up receiving more help, or you end up receiving more collaboration, because people are very drawn to like how much you've done for yourself, but they're not trying to like take that from you, you know? I don't know if that's a fear that someone has, is like someone's gonna take something from you, but you are very protected. I feel like your material world is very strong, but even in those moments of like transition, you don't have to hold on so tightly, and you don't have to be afraid of losing anything, because you're never gonna lose anything that was meant for you.